Hello and welcome back to another episode of Natural Wonders. Episode 39 this week. I always fumble. Like, I always panic as I'm saying it, like, oh shit, what episode?
39?
39, yeah, 39
Jesus.
today. Almost as old as Jamie.
Alright. Fucking rude.
He's not 39. I don't know, he's not even close.
Hairline of a 30.
I didn't want to say it. But welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you are all well and good. Welcome, Shiny Sophie. We see you there in the chat. Much appreciated. We're going to go ahead and do our regular round of shout-outs here ahead of the episode and the action tonight. Dean will be joining us shortly. He's just helping his missus with the baby, and then he'll be around. I'll start. My name's Lambert Rain. I'm your host, your GM. I stream a lot of Dead by Daylight on my own personal channel, and if you want to see more of me for some reason, that's where you'll find me. I don't know if there's I guess shout-out just works for any channel, right? I've never done it before. There it is. There you go. That's my channel. Jamie, go ahead, bud.
It's JM12_ on Twitch. As Mitchell, did you shout me out last week or the week before? Is that the usual thing of the jock of the the fantasy world?
Yes.
If you wish, it's a very rare breed, I think. But yeah, Football Manager and F1 content you'll find over on that channel. But one thing I do want to kind of plug is this weekend I'm part of a little stream team called Regen. And we're doing a 60-hour charity stream over this weekend. It is one Football Manager save, so the save gets passed on from streamer to streamer. And that does start Friday, 7 AM, and it goes through till Sunday midnight. And I've got 2 stints, Saturday night and Sunday night. I'm the final person to own the save, so I get to do whatever the fuck I want to finish up.
Damn, that's an honour.
So it'd be pretty cool. But yeah, there's like giveaways and forfeits in game that you can make us come and do shit. So it's it'll be a lot of fun.
Lovely. Is there any link that you want from that? Are you doing it on your own channel, or is there a Regen game?
Oh yeah. So the stream so when I'm streaming, it will be on my channel.
Oh, I see.
So
it's
like
pass the baton.
We pass the save over to everyone, and everyone does a stream. So
you're gonna get so many people in chat being like, "Oh, you've only been live for 8 hours, not 60."
Yeah, and I'll be like, "Fuck you, bitch! Look at the game save time, and the save time will say 60 hours."
All right, thanks a lot, Jamie. Sam, go ahead and give us a shout out, sir.
Yeah, Sam JKP on YouTube and Twitch. As always, mostly play Pokemon. The new game came out on Friday, and I'm fucking loving it. It's a great game. I might even stream it tonight, because during the week I can't stream because until the evenings when I'm working. But I want to play it, so I might even stream it.
I see.
After Edge of the Empire tonight.
I'm playing it right now.
Nice. Oh, it's so good.
I'm not actually. I just loaded it up.
I just want to play it so bad.
I'm still in my normal clothes. Anyway, thank you very much, Sam. Go ahead and check Sam out. He's a lovely dude. Otherwise he wouldn't be here. Jay, tell us about
2020 live, everybody. So get yourself down onto Sundays, because we have things like Black Milk, Genie Daddies, relationship issues, swamps, all sorts of things. Bird people Quakers. It's all there. And there's nothing that you can't see on the Dirty 20 Live. It's vast. It's incredible. We did an amazing episode of not an episode. Well, we had an episode the week before last, but last session we did a great Q&A. We have all sorts of like fun things that go on during times where we're not playing. But yeah, we've hit a really interesting arc, so it's going to be a really, really fun slide from here. Get yourself into the fantasy schlob.
Emphasis on the swamps.
Swamps, yeah, many swamps. Many swamps.
It's a blast.
It's a real Sundays, good time. Yeah, Sundays, 4 PM.
And the last shout out, Mr. Dean, the Pain Master 90. Oh no, what's his fucking Twitch handle? I'm used to him saying it. It's the Pain Master 98, isn't it? I'm not going wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Pain Master 98 on Twitch and YouTube. He is similarly playing Pokemon Legends Arceus at the moment. He's at some point during a playthrough of doing that. And I'm sure plenty of shiny hunting to be done as well over on that channel. He's a big old shiny hunty boy. And it will be joining us shortly. So, regular housekeeping stuff. Feel free to join the Discord if you want to keep in touch with us and all things Natural Wonders as well. You could see us on Twitter for all the updates. And if there's anything else anyone needs to mention, we're going to go ahead and get into our intro. We'll see you shortly.
Bringing us back.
Bringing us back. Last week on Natural Wonders, a very tense situation had erupted on the Crate Fang. The ship hanging in the balance after being attacked by bounty hunters. But a rescue by a rebellion X-Wing squadron in a familiar colour. The Azure Squadron swept in and saved your bacon. Amira Manaf requested to board you. Well, she didn't think so. She requested to board your vessel, to which you allowed, and diplomacy followed. She confirmed the almost destruction of the rebellion, of the Rebel Alliance, and asked for your assistance in relocating what remained to a new safe location. In return, she would offer you safe passage to Ryloth and then Naboo. Without a solid decision being made, and the area that you were in being potentially still hazardous, you made the trip to Ryloth and you were escorted there by the Azure Squadron. Once you touched down, you secured supplies, and some of you had your own personal errands to run. Before finding yourself in the Jewel of Lesu, a quiet cantina for a meal where a discussion was about to unfold as the five of you sat down in a moment of fresh air, a moment of clarity in what continues to be a roller coaster of a journey. That's where we pick up tonight, as a fresh round of caf is put on the table. A fresh pot of coffee is clonked down on the table by the server.
Oh, I can't have this conversation sober, so he takes out his vibra knife and takes a hit.
First up, let's roll Destiny for this evening to see where the powers of the Force lie. double light side bit. That's a rare sight.
That is, yeah.
I'm telling you, he's changed his ways. Annoyingly.
Zackin dark
Oh,
side.
Zackin's a
Took
naughty
dark
boy,
side.
so stuck.
Kalar
Naughty,
light side.
naughty.
Told you not to go down this path.
Alright. So as the 5 of you sit in this fairly quiet cantina in the midday of Lesu. What are you doing?
Everyone got a drink.
Yes. This is different. No chaos. It's relaxing, nice meal.
As Took asks if everyone's got a drink, I'm just gonna grab one of the empty glasses from the table and just mimic taking a sip. Put it down.
Pass it here. Your cup.
Slide it over.
I take my wrist rocket and like empty out some of the oil and slide it back over to him.
That's not exactly how it works, but I appreciate the gesture.
Lube yourself up.
I'll just again mimic drinking.
And I pull out a cloth and just like an oil just drips out.
A little bit of like sludgy black oil dribbles down your like faceplate out the side of the cup.
I mean, I'll just sit here with the cup.
I thought we'd have a little bit of calm before the storm if we're seriously considering this suicide mission.
I mean, we should need to see what their plan is before we call it a suicide mission. It might be easy.
Easy.
The problem is, I don't think they have a plan.
Then we should make one up so it's not a suicide mission.
We slap a premium on for having to do the thinking, because why do we have to do the thinking?
More credits, but we don't even know what the job is. What do they want us to do?
Make a distraction so they can get this fleet off of the remaining stragglers, apparently.
I feel like we need more information than that. There must be. Where is it? Where is this fleet?
Also, if they've got skip traces, they ain't just gonna let them slide on some distraction. The most efficient way would be to go to said fleet, which is, again, suicide.
We should don't know too much then.
Nah, we
Maybe,
don't.
maybe we should get Zakian's family safe on Naboo and then meet back with them and see what is going on. See whether this is even worth it.
Except that make sure we get to Naboo.
They should get us to Naboo and then we should listen to them. See what the movies are doing.
What is the plan when we get to Naboo?
We should need to find my friend that will take care of Zakian's family.
Does your friend have a name?
Yes.
So we're just dropping the kids off at the pool. Is that what we're doing?
Technically,
Not
yes.
just the kids and the adults.
Oh, the adults as well, yeah.
That's
They're
why
also
it's a
small.
bad day. But yeah, we should take him to. He's the man that he saved me from the Jedi Temple when it all went to shit.
Oh, so he's one of them.
No.
No?
He's not one of those.
Oh,
You look like you.
He said does, yes.
That's
He's a very good entertainer.
all right.
He looks like you, but he's not like you.
When Misa left Naboo, he was like a street performer, and kids really like him, so he's be able to take care of your family very easy, Zach. He's be good with the kids.
That's me. What's his talent?
What's his what?
His talent. He was a performer.
Just jokey things. Misa don't really know. Misa didn't really pay much attention while he was there. He just sort of did that as I was leaving.
So he's a clown.
Street performer.
Sounds like you're saying he's a clown, and I'm not saying I care, but what makes me think
he
the kids
used to be more than a clown, though. Clown is sort of. He's used to be. He used to be a senator.
Hold on. What?
You.
What was your friend's name?
Information.
His name?
Yeah.
Jar Jar. He's Senator Binks.
Yes, I know the name.
You should know Jar Jar.
I know the name.
You met him?
No, but I know who he is. He is one of the leading senators who gave power to the Emperor.
Misa admit he fucked up a bit. But we Gungan's not that clever. We tricked very easy.
We're
did not mean this.
suggesting giving over your family, Zacking, to an individual who was almost one of the prolific individuals that created the Empire.
But he didn't mean it. He's a safe and caring man. Without him, Misa not here.
He accidentally gave executive powers to the most powerful individual in the galaxy.
Whoa. Who gave him the power to accidentally give power? How does that work?
He was only doing as instructed.
I'm sure you know what you're doing.
He'll be fine. He'll be great with the kids.
There is an alternative I've been thinking about. I've been cooking up a little thing in the noggin here. We could always make a home for ourselves. Place of operation, you know. Keep the things we don't want on board. The illicit stuff, the stuff we're not willing to lose. Like family, I guess.
Miss like that idea, but we have nowhere to take them to as a start. So if we find the place, we should come back and get them. If you want to keep them around, you want to keep Zakin's family around. No offense, Zakin, but
No, not on the ship. No. Just means somewhere else. Somewhere like.
He's always like to have family, so if we's a family... Hey, Took, you said we's a family.
I didn't say your family.
Yes, you did.
No, I said family. As in, if we want to store our family somewhere that's not near our feet. Because I don't like treading on people. Well, I do like treading on people, but get in my way. I don't want family to get in my way.
Okay.
I don't know what you want.
Huh?
You're saying you want them around, but you don't want them around. I don't understand.
I don't want them on the ship. We can put them somewhere safe, you know? Like,
That's what we're gonna do.
Kalal's saying that this guy might not be as trustworthy as originally thought. It's just an option.
He's a trustworthy. Don't you worry. He's a good. He's saved me.
You trust him?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes. With Misa trusted with my life.
And do you trust him? Pointing to Carlisle.
Do I trust who?
It's Senator Bonks.
Binks.
Sorry, Binks.
I think that a lot of people were manipulated by the institution at the time.
So you don't think it's his fault?
No, probably not.
Okay, then I trust him. Let's go.
That's all that matters, as long as you trust him. He points at Zakian.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just said I trust him.
Oh yeah, it wasn't no, like, figure of speech or anything like that. I just mean, it's what I mean.
Okay, so we should get going, get Zakin's family to Naboo, and then we should meet up with these rebels and see what they want and what they can offer.
And what if they don't offer something that you're wanting?
Oh, that's not down to me. Misa's just happy to help. That's up to the captain.
Let me go independent. There's plenty of people in the galaxy that will pay for a good crew and a good sturdy ship.
Sturdy.
Sturdy's a strong word.
You hear a small explosion somewhere in the distance.
Spares are good, but it would be nice to have a new ship.
You would leave them to their devices?
What? The rebellion?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I ain't looking to take no executive decisions on their behalf. Like I said, I want nothing to do with their organization. If they pay, they pay. And I mean, they haven't got much in the way of choice. Not many people are willing to risk their necks like we are.
They should need the help, all the help they can get.
High risk, high reward, hey?
I have something to say on the matter. If you would hear me.
By all means, lay it out bare.
I think we've all been very honest with our intentions. I've certainly made it clear on more than one occasion that I have no desire for this way of life, or what I'm assuming a lot of you may call a thrill of some kind. Instead, I wanted to find somewhere to settle and hide, but I have come to realize that that is somewhat of a fallacy. I think we have made more enemies together than we brought to this group. The Empire and the Hutts want to torture us. We've lied to the Suns. We're constantly being chased by bounty hunters and inquisitors. Our faces were plastered all over the quadrant, and we already connected by association to a rebel cell on Chad. I just can't help but think it would be nice to have some allies for a change. We've seen what the Empire is capable of. We saw the rubble of an entire planet. It's no longer a rumor or propaganda, it's reality. The Empire have the power to eliminate a planet on a whim. I've seen what that power, when untempered, does. I've lived it my whole life. If you think things are bad now, they are only going to get worse. If the rebels vanish, what do you think is going to happen to the Outer Rim?
They'll be next.
First threats to independent planets, then they'll ignite conflicts with the Pikes, the Suns, hell, even the Hutts. Nobody remains safe. To them, everyone is an enemy. And believe you me, I have no illusions of defeating the Empire, nor that this cause ever will. But I'm just not sure how long we can run away. I have run away for far too long, and I don't want to sit around on a fucking medical bed waiting for the day that they catch up with us.
You see, Kalal, if we merge ourselves with this cause on a non-financial basis, we are signing our death writ. I think if we can just aid them in terms of financial transactions, we might not get the full brunt of it.
I understand your position, and I truly understand your self-preservation too. I would not be suggesting that we should do it for no monetary recompense. And I know you have already discussed that. But I urge you to consider what happens when that is not enough. Because you're right that that maybe joining this cause is a death sentence. But so is doing nothing. At least with some allies, we might have some sort of breathing space. Someone to rely on that isn't a scoundrel or a liar or a thief. I don't know what it is that... I don't know what it is, I can't put it into words, but something is calling me. And I just can't stop but thinking that if I can fight, then I have to for the people that cannot. And I know that some of you, even if it's just a small amount, feel the same. You didn't have to go and save Zacian. You could have found another engineer, but you didn't. You decided to go into the heart of the Hutts. To go back to where everything started. To save a member of your crew.
I kind of just felt bad. I didn't want him to die. Thinking that it was my fault.
That's still something.
Felt sorry for the little shit.
Yeah, and it meant something to me as well. It meant I stayed alive.
I should hope so. We went through a lot of shit to get you out.
I know this might come as a bit of surprise to all of you. But this is the first time I've been a captain. It's the first time I've led.
Such a natural.
I know. But I took to it like a bantha scud to the mud of Dagobah.
I wasn't aware there were panthers on Dagobah. What is Dagobah? Do we even know what planet that is? Isn't that an unknown one?
My point being, I always imagined running, having my own crew. I didn't think I'd make the same mistake Hondo did. And that's, I guess, calling your crew your friends.
Family. You also said
Don't
family.
push it, friends. I didn't call you family. I was talking about Zakin's family.
Okay, we build up to family. But so what we agreeing that we need to help these rebels, but only for the right money. Misa think that the Misa want to help them regardless of what they can offer. Misa think that Kalari's right. We need to help them. It will help ourselves.
My thought is that the alternative would be we could be in a lot less shit if we didn't help them for money, but going to a desolate system and settling down there. They can't reach every system. It's my only condition. I'll do it for good money.
I think if we don't help, we're never gonna stop running. Or fly.
We could do both, Took. We can offer to help them for payment, whilst also running. Who knows? Maybe one day our own big operation from somewhere. Who knows? Fuck where. But
I like your thought. I was thinking of this too.
It could be done, but as a starting point, we need credits. They need help. It's not a bad idea to have them as an ally, as Carlisle says.
Maybe your sarcasm about getting a planet was not also ridiculous.
It wasn't. I meant
maybe. Well, it's. You were being serious.
I was being serious. Yeah, it wasn't sarcasm.
Noted. But in the scheme of things, currently, a suggestion to them of an independent base that we can operate out of, that they are aware of, might not be a terrible idea. We are, of course, pulling around a lot of cargo.
I want to do a quick perception check, actually. I've realized we've had this whole conversation in a bar.
True. Yeah, go ahead.
Just look at anyone who's looking sus, listening in.
Scan around the room.
Would I also be able to do a perception check? Because I'd have like eyes everywhere the whole time.
Yeah,
I
go
just
for
don't
it.
want to test that many skills.
And can I do a perception check to hear if I can hear anyone whispering in super ears?
You can.
I can't wait for us all to do one, and Mitchell's like, no one's fucking taking any notice of you.
The ramblings.
Want to do a perception check?
Nah.
Yeah, go on, I'll do one. I'll fail. Yeah.
Even though, like...
That's the most advantage.
Pip,
Put
you
that
take
on the channel.
You've got the best perception stat, and you failed.
Pip, you have a look around the room. Don't see anyone taking any notice of you guys. It's very empty today. The rest of you guys who succeeded, take a look around the room. You see one other fella at the bar.
But Bip
I'm
couldn't
just
see you
googling what this is.
Yeah, I could.
He's invisible.
It's a Clatoonian guy, and he's just way too drunk for this hour of the day. He's just like out of it, completely out of it.
All right, we're good. My first thought was Florum. You know, there's a place there, or we could start fresh.
You mean the planet with the structures falling apart and the active droid towers.
You know what they say? They say orbital strikes don't strike twice. It won't get gag on.
That's usually because one does the job.
It's been struck once. We could make it look like it's been stayed that way.
It's not a terrible option.
I mean,
But it is a little on the nose, isn't it? Isn't that where Hondo used to...
Yeah, they could just think about my past deeds. Wouldn't take a lot.
and if he ever goes back for his speeder.
Yeah, there's plenty of moons. We'll find a moon, I'm sure.
Moon works. This is a long way down the road, though. It's something to work towards. I'm so happy to agree with that. It's not going to happen tomorrow.
We're building up a nice supply of credits with this next job that we'll do. Hopefully, doesn't have to be that far away.
We should still have the job for Hondo. Or is that the one you were referring to?
That and whatever we squeeze out of the rebellion.
This is true. There's a credits to be made, but we think we do need to help them. We have a lot of making up to do. And this would very much help.
You know, there is some spice for that. You know, to sort out your conscience.
No.
It's worth a try. I've always wanted a spice buddy.
Maybe you should try someone who's a little bit more willing, and I'll point at Zakian.
No, I don't do drugs.
You do. You did some on Nashadar.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
Why do you think you kept drinking that piss in the glass?
This is calf.
No, I mean, on Nashadar, when you got your piss in the glass addiction, why do you think you drank it so much? Sprinkled some rill in there.
No, I didn't.
I sprinkled some rill in there.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Jim, did he?
I don't know, mate.
He didn't notice.
You get the sense he's probably just fucking with you.
So, should we go make sure Zakian's family's okay and head to Naboo?
Yeah.
We sit down here?
How do I feel?
Misa will find somebody on Naboo as well to fix our kitchen, because this was nice. If we can do this on the ship, it would be good.
Or we could get a bigger ship.
Do you also think we have the credits for that now?
Mitch, I've been meaning to ask you this.
Yeah.
Would I have any idea how much, like, a ship of... I mean, you don't need, like, to give me numbers right now, but would I have an idea of how much, like, the ship that I had, how much that would be, like, worth? If I wanted to buy one?
Yeah, probably. Let me have a little look-see, because I do have the book open.
I mean, the alternative
win
is
one
I
in a
just
game of
find
Sabbath.
another 8-8 and... Well, I could just find another 8-8 and steal one.
There are obviously other ways of getting ships. You don't have to buy them. You can steal them. You can win them in games of like gambling and things like that. You can obviously, like get people to bet higher, but obviously it's a high risk of losing your own credits. You had an IG 2000. I don't think that exact model of ship is in this book, but I can find one that's kind of similar. Let's see. I mean, the Fire Spray, which is like the Boba Fett type ship, that can contain 6 prisoners. Yours could contain 8.
Oh, so that's actually smaller, yeah.
It's got smaller prisoner systems, but I imagine in other ways it's better. That one is 80,000 credits. So, depending on what other systems are on board on IG2000, I would probably predict around 60 to 70,000 credits.
Okay.
I would predict.
So we're gonna steal one then.
There is always that option. There is always that option.
Okay.
So the server comes over. I don't think I ever described the server here. It's a it's just a Nikto gentleman wearing like a little apron, a shirt. Can I get you gentlemen anything else, or is that everything?
Yeah, so... Alright.
Good luck.
What does that mean?
Just good luck.
What does that mean?
Good luck. He just walks away.
What the fuck?
It was weird.
Oh, should we take him out back?
I'm kind of tempted.
I didn't like that. He's heard too much.
If you really want to, I can do it right now.
Yeah.
I'll start standing up.
No,
I'd ask
no,
her now.
no,
I'd ask
come
her
on.
now.
Let's not kill the man. He's fine.
He could have heard that entire conversation.
He heard that entire conversation.
I'm not sure he was saying good luck on your walk down the street.
We could ask him.
I'm gonna walk over to the counter where he is. I put my blaster down on the counter.
I'm gonna go with Turk, and as I'm walking up, I'm gonna like get the glass of oil and kind of make it look like I'm oiling up my like hand joints ready to throw down.
Oh, that's a mighty fine blaster. Dragon eye you got there.
Yeah, do you want to have a closer look at it?
I'm not sure what you mean.
I mean, in your retina. What do you mean, good luck?
Oh, just
You didn't hear anything.
roll intimidation check. With blue dice, because he's doing his hands up and the blaster.
You putting them on? Wait, what is in Tim again?
Well, while that's happening,
Skullduggery or coercion?
Or coercion.
can I just say to Carlo, you so want a head start on the run back to the ship, or
There is
yeah,
you have a speeder outside.
I'm driving.
Yeah.
Are you
I'm
ready?
driving.
You ready?
And Zakian runs out.
yeah,
Yeah, to the
you still
driver's seat.
better get in the ship, get in the speeder.
No. Of course not.
Can I use the advantage to see if he's sweating?
Oh, he's sweating, boy. He's sweating. I just kind of looked to the ground. That was mighty silly of me. I'm sorry. I didn't hear nothing.
Good. And I throw down 10 credits.
Much
Keep
appreciated.
it that way. I know where you live.
While we're standing by the counter, I want to have a look at the drunk guy. Does he have his coin pouch or whatever credits on display somewhere that I can see?
Make a perception check.
Because now that I know that that's 70 grand.
You just start
start.
robbing banks.
Oh, bank heist
alright.
episode.
Take a long look at him. You do see his coin purse, like his credits pouch hanging off of his belt. But as you kind of look, give him a long gaze, he kind of just like he kind of wakes up. Oh no! Did I party again? Oh. He's like still waking up, and he looks quite intimidated.
Okay, as he's little kind of like drowsy, I'm gonna try and stealthily take his coin purse.
I mean, he's looking right at you.
He's looking at me though. I got my hands still; they're readily oiled.
You can go ahead and make a fucking skullduggery check.
Go on in stealth.
I think I can actually check it. No, I can't. I can't remember where that cheat sheet was. Oh, hang on. Does it have it on my DM screen that I forgot I own? I don't know what the skill is.
I'm just really eager to use this new stealth stuff.
That's fair. I mean, he would have if he was still asleep, I would have said stealth, but because he's woken up, that's all I'm thinking. No, it doesn't have it on here.
Alright. I mean, I'll roll a skullduggery if I have to.
Yeah, I think so. As he's kind of groggy and just kind of quite obviously scared because he knows what kind of droid you are.
As I kind of try and take it with one hand, I'm going to make it look like I'm taking my blaster off my back with the other to kind of try and keep him distracted.
Alright, yeah, I'll add a blue dice.
Oh, you're very kind. You ready?
I am ready.
Hot.
Hey, take it. Is that, will I pay off the bounty? What did I do this time?
That'll do nicely. I'm going to take it. How much is in there?
It's like 350 credits.
Those goddamn...
I'll give him 50. I'll scoop out the credits, tip 100 back in, and give him back the purse.
Thanks.
So I'll take 250.
Those goddamn pranksters keep putting bounties on me for no reason.
You should be more careful. I almost killed you.
Well, thanks.
He's like
Just
holding back a vomit.
Keep out of trouble. You're currently a very cheap man.
Thanks.
It just passes out again on the counter at the bar.
I could take the rest. Alright, I'm done stealing for now.
Stealth mode deactivate.
Oh yeah, I need to do that.
Alright, so the other three of you, Kalal, Bip, Zach, you guys and get the speeder ready. There would be room for the whole group.
I'm already in the driving seat of the speeder.
Zakin runs and gets on the driver's seat. Yeah, like I was gonna say, if you guys were to sit in the cargo area, you could all five get in it and get back. It'd be a little bit slower, but that's not. So, you know, it's neither here or there. But if that's the
You
plan,
don't pick it up, you pay cash.
For now. Don't act like you didn't want to do the same.
Yeah, I tell you, I did look at him. I was too busy with the sleaze behind the counter.
I'll put one hand on, slap my hand on Took's back, and I'll pass him 50 of the credits.
Oh, cheers. I remember that.
Took will remember that.
Alright. So as you guys head back in the direction of the starport on the east side of town, you pass through the busy area of town again. You pass down the road where the market was, where you had your little traffic road rage incident the day before. You do actually spot, as you pass the market, the first presence of Empire you've seen in a little while. Just a small group of stormtroopers patrolling the marketplace. And they seem to be as you only catch a very small glimpse, but they're dotted around the market stalls, clearly talking to the vendors. As you pass by, takes you 20-ish, 30 minutes, but you make your way back to the starport unimpeded. It's a little quieter now. It seems like the last shuttle up to the main freighter has just departed, so there's not another one for a good amount of time now. So the kind of crowd that were all buying tickets has died out. and you just see and hear some of Zakian's family just sort of playing with the R5 druid as it kind of like weaves around in circles trying to avoid them. Yeah, as you approach the ship.
Board the ship, yeah. Stay out of trouble! Shouts to the family.
Yeah. Nobody got lost yet, so.
Didn't see no boys in white.
Huh?
I said, did you see any of the, the white armors?
The shiny ones. No, we didn't actually. We haven't seen any of them. We've seen like standard starboard security. They wear like this blue armor. It's like boys in blue, but yeah, they didn't give us any trouble. You paid to be here, right? So
Yeah, just making sure we saw some.
oh, you did?
Hmm.
Well, we shouldn't hang around too long. Then they could be looking for us. All we know.
Yeah, get your asses on board.
Yeah,
All right.
we need to move.
Hey, you guys, line up for the head count! All of Zakian's family just get in a big line. We start counting them all out.
Where's the R4 droid at this point?
Uh,
Going a little look for him.
I thought it was R5. Have I got that wrong?
Yeah. No,
Oh,
it's
R5 might be.
definitely
R5 isn't
R5.
R4.
R4 is your
Yeah.
old droid, right? Is
Your
R4?
flashback droid. R5 was still running, like, riding around in circles trying to avoid the kids as they were, like, playing a game with him. And now that as they've kind of formed up into a line, he's just zoomed past and gone up the ramp into the ship.
I'm gonna go to kind of like follow him up wherever he's kind of like, and I'm just gonna chuck the tray that I bought him in front of him and then make my way into the cockpit.
He just kind of
Unfortunate
like...
thing is, I think Zakian's probably gonna have to fit it for him.
Yeah, someone else needs to install that for him. He just kind of like pushes the box along the floor into the ship.
Yeah, I'll go into the cockpit.
All right, make your way to the cockpit. It's currently empty. Actually, no, there is one member of Zakian's family just kind of like doing some basic repairs on some of the damaged modules, but just very, very small stuff, small repairs.
Yeah, I'll kind of just sit down and have a look over the console and just have my own sort of look at everything.
Yeah, it seems all in good. How you remember it? Things there. Couple of like displays just to like certain telemetry of the ship seem to be repaired that weren't before. A little bit of extra information about the ship there. Zakian, I forget. Did we roll a mechanics check already on this planet for your family repairing? I don't think we did.
No, I don't know.
So
I think the only roll we did was during
combat, right?
the combat.
Yeah. Yeah, because I kind of wanted them to have worked on the ship and repaired it a bit.
Yeah, I think that was the plan. That's what we were told.
Yeah, I remember you saying you was gonna roll something like with Zakian's.
That was the plan, yeah.
Stats, but I don't think we did do it in the end.
And then I wasn't sure what difficulty it was supposed to be.
Easy, I heard.
Yeah, I think it is just easy in combat, right? And then it's just however many successes it's based on.
In combat? Oh.
Yeah, it's based off the combat thing, isn't it? There's a combat thing which is just like prepare the ship or whatever. Starship actions, here we are.
Depends on the trauma.
That's damage
The whole
control.
trauma.
Yeah. So what is the whole trauma right now, Took?
The whole trauma is
95.
We're at 22 out of 22. No, 12 out of 22. Sorry.
So you're about half.
That's over half its threshold, so it'd be a
2 difficulty check, right?
Yeah.
All right, yes. So we'll go ahead and do that then. If you want to roll your mechanics just to represent your family's killing.
We've also got some system strain. Does that take away any system strain, or when does that?
No, it depends on if you're trying, because you can do either whole trauma or system strain.
You choose.
But I imagine that when you dock the ship and like rest the ship. It's similar to player strain probably, but I'll double check it.
I was gonna say, because can't you take away system strain by rolling advantage as well when you're in ship combat?
You can, yeah.
So
Alright, so Zakin, I'm ready for that roll whenever it comes. Wow, very nice. Very
Big
nice.
boy triumph.
So they have done good work repairing the ship. They've made a good chunk of repairs. There were a couple of complications in the middle that meant that one of your family members had to nip out and grab some parts, and they are asking for 50 credits just to cover that.
Yeah, go to the captain.
So what does it go down to?
They're asking for 50 credits just to, because during the repairs there were some complications. They needed to buy some new parts.
50.
We needed a new cryogenic combustion igniter.
We've got cryo.
I've been
Alright.
saying those.
All right. 50 here.
Yeah, thanks. We got it for some Jawas.
No. Go back to them. No, we need to get out of there.
I don't know what they were doing on Ryloth, but they had like a little market set up. They're not usually in those parts.
The parts are always duds.
What? No, Jawas get the best stuff. They usually steal it right out of another ship. That's why. It's like it's tip-top working order because it's being used currently by someone else. They just don't know they haven't got it anymore.
How you know?
Taking place?
Did you let them on the ship or near the ship? You didn't let them near the ship, right?
No. We just bought it from that market.
I was gonna say you yeah.
This will
Could
probably
end
be
up
in the main space of the ship, the cargo area. But yeah, as long as that's okay, we just spent 50 credits, so you know.
Yes,
Much appreciated.
fine. Docking it from your pay.
We get paid.
Wait, no, sorry, you don't get paid. No.
Oh well.
Don't worry, we don't get paid either.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out quickly how much. So it's 3 successes and a
control is-
triumph.
Yeah, damage control, it's 1 per success.
So that'll be. We'll say that's. Oh, manual
Well, we got
repair as
triumph
well.
in it.
Wait.
So I reckon with the triumph, you should double it. I don't know.
That's what I was thinking. Just say it's
Yeah.
repaired by 5. So they
That's-
repaired 5
that's
whole.
5 full 40 full trauma.
Let's just say 6.
No, and did you say we were getting rid of the system strain when we docked?
I will quickly search the book to see if I can find that rule, but for now, I think that probably makes sense.
Yeah, I'll leave it what it is for now, just to see if you see anything different.
Yeah. All right, so the sort of all of Zakin's family file back into the ship and make their way to the area where they have been residing. They all seem a little bit like jolly. They've enjoyed a lovely like meat skewer that other members of your crew brought them. And yeah, the mood seems like pretty high, given that you guys were nearly blown up on the way here. Zakin's dad comes to the cockpit, waits for a moment when most of you are there. So, what's the plan now?
Right to Naboo.
You know how many more days we're going to be on this ship?
5,
5.
4 or 5, yeah, around about that.
All right, we can do that.
There's we brought
plenty
enough
of
rations for
We got fruit.
2 per day. You can have two meals a day rather than 1.
All right, that's perfect. It's much appreciated what you've done for us. All right.
It's not for free.
No, I never assumed that.
you'll get a. I'm sure you'll get a bill in the telemail.
I'll pay it in any way I can.
Noted.
It's because of you that my family can exist.
There's no need for a bill, Took. Come on.
Think for them. Yeah.
We want to reward you somehow. If it's not credits, it's loyalty.
I've got an idea in mind. Nothing too taxing, don't worry. You won't have to almost get blown up.
Perhaps we should save it for Naboo. When this is over.
Yeah. We ready?
Pats you on the back, Zakian. You know where to find me. He leaves, heads back to the rest of his family. So, crew, what is the plan?
Naboo.
Yeah, I'll save the Tannoy. Systems are ready. We're ready to set course. So we're going straight to Naboo now, right?
Yeah.
I guess we got a rendezvous with the XXXIX.
Yeah, need to get them back, don't we?
I'm gonna start taking off.
You hear like
Assuming everyone's on board.
a small beep and then a voice over the radio. We truly hope you enjoyed your time in Lasu.
Shut it off.
Safe.
Soon.
Alright.
Yeah, Zakian turns on the comm and goes, so.
And you just briefly hear, safe travel, as you cut it off again. Alright, as you head out of the space port, up into orbit once again, you break through the atmosphere out into the space beyond. What's your plan?
I'll start plotting the course for Naboo, and then I'll turn to Zakian when it's ready to, go into hyperspace. Would you like to do the honors?
Do we need to not contact the rebels to come with us? That's what they said
Fuck,
to do before we left.
Point. That is a very good point. Don't do the honors yet.
You start to go, they just slam the brakes. The hyperspace brakes.
The whole ship just like.
And then you hear another.
I thought we were ready for hyperspace.
You hear another transmission. Hey, Crate Fang, this is Azure 1, Azure leader coming in. You ready in your hyperspace drive? Did you forget us?
No, never.
Hey, well,
All right.
just testing it still worked.
We're just a couple clicks out. Hang on. And a couple of minutes pass, and you start to hear the sound of ships, and you see the small fleet of 4 X-wings heading in your direction. All right. Shall we? Was it Naboo we're heading to now?
That's the one. The boot.
All right. Let's do this. Let's make the jump.
Then I'll turn to Zach.
Can I do it this time?
I believe so.
All right, let's go.
Azure leader standing by. Azure 1. Blah, blah, blah. As you jump to hyperspace, the whole stars stretch on the horizon. Blue and white flashes of light in the cockpit. As you make the jump to hyperspace for potentially what could be 5 days of uninterrupted travel. That first day seems to pass without outside issues. Every now and then you get like a transmission from Amira, just checking in, asking how things were in Lasu, and that everything went smoothly. At one point, she specifically asked, "Craythang, what was the Imperial presence like Did you see many shinies?
Couple, yeah. Not many though. Just a small patrol.
Good. I think a lot of their resources are distracted at the moment.
Yeah, about that. You got any more information yet? You talk to anyone else? Do you know where,
I spoke to the rebellion command ship. They want a meeting as soon as possible via HoloLink. Do you have access to that technologies?
What, you think we're, some old Republic age peoples? No.
Do you not watch holodecks? It's always sunny in Naboo, anything like that?
Yeah, all the time.
Then you can use that. I'll patch him through.
Alright.
But, they're not ready just yet. I'll let you know beforehand. But the meeting will happen soon. Before we arrive on Naboo.
And I guess this is where we'll be able to discuss with somebody. A son.
A son.
A son, yes.
I'm sure that the council will be able to figure that out.
Excellent.
When will this meeting be taking place?
Sometime between now and our arrival on Naboo. Within the next few days. I'll let you know when they're ready.
Who exactly will we be talking to? You haven't made clear who survived the destruction of Yavin.
Yeah, it's a painful topic. I'm sorry for avoiding it. The council has had a bit of a restructure, as you can imagine. In all honesty, I'm not entirely sure who is on the council right now. It's a little unstable. We're still accounting for who is dead and who is missing.
Is there anyone, anyone I might know that you know of? I like to know who to mourn just yet.
Unfortunately, I am sad to report the loss of Leia Organa. Her and the Jedi, Skywalker, were adamant to be the last aboard the evacuation vessels. They sacrificed themselves so that others could escape. Admiral Akbar is an unknown entity as it stands, as well as Han Solo. His closest friend Chewbacca, though, he's safe.
These are just names to me.
Yes,
Hey,
none of them are particularly
wait.
stand out.
Wait a minute. You said the Jedi died?
I'm afraid so.
Bip Bip is the chosen one, confirmed.
Shit.
I wish you could have met him.
And then Bip Bip just leaves the cockpit and goes to crew quarters.
Alright. Currently, there is a little bit of a power struggle ongoing. Things are a little tense. The rebellion has been split into almost two inner factions. Those who want to stay true to what General Organa stood for, and those who deem it a little more... this is the time for more harsh actions, shall we say. Radical. Some would say extremist.
Can't fault them for that, really.
No, neither can I. I do not quite know where my allegiances stand yet. If the Empire are willing to use such disgusting tactics, then how do we stand a chance if we're not willing to get our hands dirty? But we can't be like them. It is precarious. From what I know, the two factions are being headed up by key individuals. Those true to the old alliance seem to have allied behind one Harrison Dula.
Nice.
Those who seek out a more radical approach have allied behind a once outed extremist, Saul Guerrero.
I was waiting for that name.
I am conflicted about Saul's reintroduction to the Rebel Alliance. He was assumed dead for many years, but he just won't die. I don't know if any of these names mean much to you, but those who I pronounced dead were some of the brightest and best that we had.
It'll be time to mourn them. But infighting will do nothing but divide. And that is exactly what the Empire will want.
You're right.
Was Han's name a recognizable name? I can't remember if he was a famed, famed smuggler or not.
Certainly make a criminal underworld check, or like a law check to see if you recognize that name. Any of you can do that for certain names on that list if you feel like your character would have some knowledge of them. I would say
similar to Turk. Could I do one for Han Solo?
Yeah, you could definitely do one for Solo for sure.
We'll do some. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm just debating on the difficulty of this check.
Yeah, I can't remember how famous he was supposed to have been actually.
I mean, I'll make it a hard check, not too hard, not too easy. I think that's fair. I'm ready for it when you are, boys.
Oh,
Took. Well done.
Oh, mine hasn't come through.
That's fine. You can always click it again if you like. There we go.
What? Hey.
The name does ring a bell to the two of you, actually. You know of his most famous feat that he would go around spouting that he can do the Kessel run in a record time. I can't remember the exact time. A certain amount of parsecs, whatever it was.
12 parsecs?
That's it, right?
12 parsecs.
12 parsecs. Yeah, he goes around, and actually, you both remember that he flew the same model of ship that you are currently on. You can't quite remember the name, Took, but Z, you know it to be the Millennium Falcon. In fact, I might have even said that as Amira. I don't quite remember. I might have said that he was the captain of the movie. Out loud, I don't remember that.
What check can I do to see if I recognise Skywalker?
Oh, yeah. You have directly talked about Anakin before, so I feel like you just. Holy shit! Bip knows something that like barely. It's like one of the biggest secrets in the galaxy. Do a check for me to see if you remember that. That'd just be hard as well.
Yeah, he's not gonna remember it.
Actually, you know what? I got to make it easier for you. I have to, because you've talked about it in the past.
Doesn't matter. I'm going to fail.
Go for it. This would be just a a lore or a core worlds check?
Doesn't matter, both the same. Really?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
no chance.
perhaps in this moment of sadness, anger. Who knows?
Yeah.
It just slips your mind right now. You can't recall if that. You're like, the name certainly
Yeah.
is doing something in your mind, but you're more focused on
Yeah.
the fact that this Jedi, who you've been kind of directed towards, is gone.
Yeah. But if Bit was to eventually put 2 and 2 together, he could figure something out, right?
It's certainly not out of his possibility because you as Bit, you have talked about Anakin Skywalker before, so
Yeah.
but in this
Yeah,
moment,
okay.
it's not there.
Okay. Something to meditate on.
Perhaps.
Are we off the call or are we still on? If
You are still on call with Amira. She's very available throughout this entire journey, so if you ever want to talk to her.
think if I'd got a moment, not to speak to her, I'd like outside of the call, I'd be like to Z because I see and we'd know he'd know.
Doesn't bode well. Solo joined this cause and died as well.
Wait, did you say you're doing that off call or on call?
Yeah, off call. Yeah, to Z.
He's a better pilot than I could ever be. That's definitely doesn't bode well for us.
I can't find the dice, boy. It's disappeared. I will say, she said that Han Solo was MIA.
MIA, yeah. But I think Took will just assume dead.
That's fine. My dice ball's disappeared. Hang on. Sorry, team.
This is more and more sounding like a suicide mission.
I told you. It's not too late to back out.
Well, like I said before, if they pay enough, we'll have to wait and see.
We can always cut and run. It ain't set in stone.
Is anyone else in the cockpit right now?
Is anyone else lingering in the cockpit?
I mean, I'd still be in there.
Yeah. I thought we were all in there.
Alright.
I mean, I just assumed so if we were all on that call. Otherwise, it'd be broadcast through the whole shit.
Whole ship, yeah. All these dead people's names. Yeah, they're dead.
I won't say what I was going to say then.
Did Bip Bip leave?
Bip Bip has left.
Bip Bip did leave. Bip Bip left after hearing that Skywalker died and went to the crew quarters.
Okay, when Bip Bip left, Zakin would have followed him out.
So the two of you leave. Bip Bip, you went at the crew quarters alone for a brief moment. What do you start to do?
Bip Bip would go in, just take a moment, and then before meditating, this is what Bip Bip does. Before he enters that trance, like, you know when he meditates, the lightsaber comes apart, all the parts start to swirl around. Before he enters that state of meditation, he just wants to look at the crystal.
Yeah, you can kind of take
examine
the
it,
lightsaber
yeah.
apart and look at the crystal. You
And
see it.
just examine the crystal.
It's kind of like a clear color.
Just a quick one. Zakin's following Bip Bip.
Yes, yes. So as Bip Bip, you sit down and you kind of unfurl the parts of your lightsaber. And you hold up this clear crystal. It's sort of like translucent now. You can see through it, and there's like these very subtle like cracks all through it. And as you look through it, you see the door on the other side open, and your friend Zakin standing, looking in. Zakin, you see that from the side. He's sat down, his lightsaber kind of floating in parts, and he's just looking through this now. And you do spot clear kyber crystal, no longer red. You've seen it before, glowing red in the same room, but now it doesn't even glow. It just is kind of like this translucent, cracked crystal.
How many of those things have you got?
Just the one. You okay?
I didn't mean to get angry at that guy in the market.
It's okay.
It just came out.
This is fine as long as you realize that you need to be sorry about it and that you were wrong. Then this is good. You should have to try to control that emotion.
I couldn't control it.
You must learn. Like Misa have learned. Misa got pretty pissed off when you nearly got us killed, and look where it took me. Misa nearly joined the people we despise the most. This is why Misa been hiding in here, trying to fix and recover myself. This is why Misa semi-succeeded so far. Misa thinks Misa really trying Misa best. Misa never good at this force stuff, and crystal's no longer red, so Misa think I'm doing good.
But how? How do you control it?
Control what?
Your anger. I
Misa
feel so angry.
You should need to think. What Misa didn't think about was if you release all this anger and frustration on the world and the people around you, how it will affect those around you. You want your family and friends to be scared of you or see you in a different way. You have to think and go, no, Misa don't want that, and try to push it away. It's very hard to get out of it once you use it deep in.
I've tried, but every time I close my eyes, I see anger. I see myself in the prisons being tortured, and I can feel it. I can feel the burns. I can feel the hit.
You need to. Misa have been there before when Misa first did this. You need to relax, calm, and don't react. You see these visions. You sit and you let them play out. Don't react. Wait, you seeing visions?
I'm just the same ones over again.
Shit. Okay, this did happen to me. You should just have to do your best to write them out. Stay calm. Don't let your emotions get the better of you. Do your best to keep a level head. Don't react. Misa had this story where kept coming back in these visions of when Misa, small Gungan, believe it or not, Misa was a small Gungan once upon a time, on Naboo, and this big fat person was pushing me over. He laughed at me, then the vision would end. And then it would play again, and then again, and then again, until Misa, don't react, stay calm, and then good things will flow from there. You should just have to. Misa can try to help you. You should just need to do your best to stay calm. No bad reactions. Forget about anything negative. You should have to do your best. Sure, we can try now. And then I'll close the lightsaber all back up. And I'll try and help Zakian. You should need to do your best on If you're going to try to meditate on this and feel the force, you have to let yourself go. Don't think about it too much. And just focus on one thing. For me, Misa just focus on the hum of the ship when we sit in hyperspace. The sound of the hyperdrive, it helps me get to a place beyond this one.
Okay. And
So-
Zakin sits down, crosses his legs.
Yeah. You
As-
need to find the focus. One thing.
As Bit points out that sound, it feels like it gets louder. You can hear that one noise now, that humming of the hyperdrive just ticking over. Constant droning sound, easy to focus on.
Yeah, Zakin closes his eyes and just puts his hands on the ship.
As you touch the
On the floor
onto
of
the
the
floor,
ship.
you even feel the vibrations running through your hands, through your fingertips, up into your forearms. Just the chugging of the engine. And you actually sense this faint energy coming from Bit, but you also kind of like joining in this meditative attempt, leading this.
Yeah.
So what I will ask is, Zakian, I'm going to give you some blue dice to this check, but if you make a... Oh, what did I ask for before? Was it willpower?
I think it's vigilance.
Vigilance.
Vigilance uses willpower. Or discipline you used on me before.
Discipline, I think is a good one, yes.
Yeah, discipline you used.
I'm going to give you 2 blue dice to help you through this. But I'm going to make it a hard check.
Do you need me to roll at all?
No, Bip, since you're just kind of leading him here, I'm just representing that through a bonus to Zakin's roll.
Right, okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah. You kind of... You start by sitting on the ground, you place your hands down, you tune into that noise, and you feel those vibrations start to move up into your chest, and you kind of are zoning out. And you sense this, like, this aura, this positive energy coming from Bit and his lightsaber. And as you slowly begin to fade into this black expanse, this void, there's a small beam of light as a door opens, and you see a Weequay and a Clatoonian walk in and start beating you as you're hung upside down in this prison, and you are plagued by those memories. This memory of imprisonment in the hut prisons, and it just fills you with rage and completely pulls you back out of this into the crew quarters, just filled with panic and anger. And it has not been successful, I'm afraid.
Yeah, as he pulls back and like stops being as he like stops meditating, he just like starts like throwing himself around. Like, no! Stop! Leave me alone!
Do I see it? By throwing yourself, do you mean like throwing yourself around the room?
Like not go like just like
Angry movements.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Bip, you do
Like,
hear and see
like,
this.
Trying to brush something
Wait.
off.
Yeah. Okay.
And
I'm just gonna force pick him up.
My eyes are still closed.
still closed.
Yeah.
Bip,
Can I
from your
force pick him up?
perspective of this scenario, you entered into
Yeah.
your meditation and you were in this void, and you begin to see in
Yeah.
front of you the silhouette of your friend begin to form, and then he just
Okay.
gets sucked away, and you hear him quite distressed. You can just lift him up with a force.
Okay.
Exactly,
Yeah.
you feel yourself
I'll come
weightless in
out
the air
and
all of a sudden.
lift him up. Zakian. Zakian.
And then his eyes open. He's just like,
You so okay?
yeah.
You so nearly there. What happened?
I think I just started to panic. It just felt so real. We'll
You
try
sa-
again.
You
We'll
so
try
have
again.
to realize that where you're so going is a real in a sense, but these memories, they can't hurt you. It's not going to hurt you how you are right now. You should just need to relax and watch, and you should learn from what you are seeing happen to you previously. You should just stay calm and let them pass. Because Misa was in the state. Misa could sort of see you there with me, but then you should disappear, and it's when you start to panic, start to feel these angry emotions.
Maybe I'll try again.
You should want to try again? Okay, let's try again, and then if this does not work, we should come back to this after a few days when you should calm down a little bit. Everything's been a bit tense and close. It's only been a few days since you should been back to normal, so we can try one more time.
So as you sit down and you attempt again to try and access and guide Zakian through this meditation, is there anything you do differently this time around?
Yeah, Zakian's gonna take his belt off and just pull it off the bed. And this time he's gonna take Bip Bip's hands, if Bip Bip will let him.
Bip Bip will let you.
Yeah, okay. I'll give the blue dice again because I was going to take them away. It is going to be slightly harder. In fact, actually, I'll just add one black dice. Make a discipline check again as you try to similarly feel that kind of that vibration, that familiar noise, that drone to focus in on. And that energy from Bip Bip radiates across, almost stronger this time. And Bip Bip, you enter into that meditation, and you start to see again your friend form, that silhouette, almost like he's joining you in this corporeal space. And he's snatched away again. And Zakian, you see the same image of those two guards coming in and just beating on you, and a familiar reaction inside of you, this uncontrollable rage. And it has failed, unfortunately.
Yeah, except this time he wasn't in. He loses the concentration, but he wasn't reacting to what he saw.
Okay.
You're able to control that a little bit better this time around.
I'll come back out. We are making progress. You're not trying to fight anyone straight away, which is good. It is progress nonetheless. Listen, Misa was not very good at this Force stuff, first of all. Misa was all about the lightsaber. Misa loved that. But now Misa learning that the Force is probably more important in controlling this energy and this way of life. One step at a time, little one.
Alright. So as you guys wrap up your little meditation there.
Can I sort of just gesture for Zakian to leave?
You can.
Yeah.
Zakian gets up and heads out, and as the doors close to leave you in the room on your own, Bip Bip. That's what we'll
I want to force lock the door.
Evening. That's what we'll take our break. No! And we'll come back to it because we've already gone over where I like to take the break.
Oh shit! So. That's the time.
I'm dying for a while.
So we will take our break, and we'll be back very soon, guys. Stay with us. Thanks for watching so far, and we'll see you in 10. Hello, and welcome back to the second half of tonight's episode. Episode 39. So, where we left off, a failed meditation attempt.
Sad.
And now Bip Bip left alone in the crew quarters.
Yeah, Bip would force, like, just lock the door.
Door locks.
Just get it locked. And he'll have a little moment to himself and just think about he should have locked the door in the first place.
Hindsight is 2020, baby.
But was glad that he's seen Zakian does have some potential.
You are, I will say, Bip Bip, through that encounter, you are certainly beginning to realise something about Zakian. There is a spark of potential there, for sure.
Yep.
And
then,
you can see it becoming out of control already.
Yeah. But then he's gonna focus up, take the saber apart again, and then begin again to meditate. Not so much on the crystal anymore. But still wants that saber around him, so he's in.
The crystal joins in with the.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not the
solely
focus.
on fixing this crystal.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's.
You're
that's
able
what
to.
they did for him.
You're able to do that. Slowly slip away into that meditative state after focusing on the sound of the ship and the rotation of your lightsaber parts. What is your aim here? What is your desired outcome?
My aim would be
is
to
Bip Bip?
see if I can contact anyone or anyone comes through to speak to Bip Bip.
As it stands, you are currently just in that void of stars in this very quiet place, alone.
Bip Bip will then start to just call out Obi-Wan.
Your voice echoes out into this almost infinite space, and it suddenly dawns on you: you've never contacted anyone. They've always
come to me.
come to you, and you call out into the unknown, into this void, and it seems to echo on forever, but nobody comes.
Yeah. I still need to think of how did they get to me?
Make a vigilance check for me, please, Bip Bip.
Vigilance. Okay.
Yeah. Incredibly subtle, but as you're calling out into this expanse, you do get that feeling like you're being observed by an unfamiliar presence. You're not quite sure who or what it is.
I can feel that someone's there.
But you get the sense that it's not Obi-Wan, because he would make himself known.
Yeah.
Whoever's watching you is intending on being unseen right now.
Miss know somebody's here. Miss and my friends maybe need some help. Misa needs some guidance, and Misa friend needs some guidance. If you have any sort of signal you want to speak to me, or Obi-Wan by any chance, if you're here, friend. Anyone, but Misa knows someone's here. So, Misa would be very grateful to help us get on the right path.
That last word, path, echoes out. And there's a moment where the entire place falls silent. And you see this very small, grey, glowing orb in the distance. and it just floats down. And it extinguishes. You see like a silhouette of a planet in the distance. You can't really make out the features too well, but you do see the stars seem to shift around it into certain formations, recognizable constellations. You have a look around and you're not entirely sure where this planet is, but maybe one of your crew would.
What does it look like?
The planet is simply a silhouette, but you can make note of specific star constellations that link up in certain ways.
Okay. Okay, Bibit will try and memorize that. Yeah. Memory note it.
And then it disappears and you hear the sound of the engine.
Okay.
And all of a sudden you are out of it.
Okay. Bibit will then just take a minute and then get the crystal back in front of him and then begin to just check over that crystal again.
Yeah, similar sight. That clear kind of cracked translucent crystal now, and it slots back into place in your lightsaber.
Yeah.
Alright, during that time...
I'll go for a lie down.
Yeah, you can choose to rest, that's fine. During that time on the first day of travel, is there anything anyone else would have been doing?
I know... Oh.
No, you go.
You go.
I was just gonna say, Took would have been in the spending some time in the lounge. He would have had a little drink. If he saw any of the kids nearby, he would have beckoned them over with a whistle. Hey,
Aye, Captain.
You want to make some credits?
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he like fumbles around, looks if there's any like piece of like sheet metal.
Yeah, I mean, there's still leftover scrap from when you got this from Trex. Like, it was never the tidiest of ships. It has been worked on since then, but there's still the odd bit.
He grabs the sheet.
It's a two Chad job. Take this.
Yeah.
Do a service for your captain and give him a fan.
Ah, I see. Yeah, let me go grab one of my sisters.
Yeah, I'd maybe get another one. I need another one here as well.
You need 3 of us?
4.
4 of us?
4.
All right. And he runs off and comes back with 3 of his siblings. The captain's gonna pay us, so we need to fan him. 2 of them grab the sheet metal and start like...
Pull her feet up.
Now go get me some Mantel mix.
And he flips one of them a credit.
Whoa! A real credit! Bites on it, puts it in their pocket and runs off. Comes back with some Mantel mix a short while later.
I think he'd just be doing this for a little bit, amusing, paying them a credit each, getting them some food.
One of the elders comes over and is just like, "I'm glad you're paying him, but just don't make him do anything illegal."
Illegal? It's not like me to do anything illegal. Well, don't move. I'm liking this episode.
I imagine I've got one of them to hold up the data pad.
I'm a TV! And that persists for the rest of this journey. Alright, is there anything else anyone else would be doing on this journey?
I know I've done this a lot, so if there's no changes, then that's fine, but I want to swing by the Desi cupboard.
Yeah, sure.
And just see if there's any new work has been done on him.
You enter.
Or anything like that.
You enter, and Zatkin's uncle is still in there working away. Oh, he like flicks off his goggles. He's got like a welding torch. I'm actually, I've made good strides here. The CPU is all but repaired. It's just patching the old droid up and making sure all the subsystems are working. We should be not too long out now.
How long do you think it would take?
Well, see, that's the problem. See, I'm not so much of a programmer myself. I'm good with the hardware, not the software.
Could you use mine?
I mean, y'all are running on different systems, I'm sure. Truth be told, I don't really know. I'm thinking someone like ZZ would be good for this job, you know? Real computer savvy.
Is there anyone else at all?
Not that I can think of. ZZ was the one, you know, who was really good with the computers. The rest of us use computers, sure. We don't know what makes him tick.
Will they not power on without it? Is there any programming left?
The programming's there, it's just making sure it's all working in harmony with each other.
I'm sure we could give it a test run.
I mean, if this bad boy comes on and everything's out of whack, it could try and murder us all.
I do have a contingency plan.
Well, sure, I guess so. What's that? Airlock?
I'm gonna take out one of the restrainer bolts and kind of show it to him for a second, then
I see.
flip it back into my cloak.
Well, it'll probably be best if you plop that on now before we power on the murder bot.
I'll pop it on.
It like magnetizes to Desi's chest. And if you switch it on, it kind of like hums a little bit. Alright, make sure you set that thing to high. I don't want this fine piece of machinery doing its job on me.
I don't usually like using these, but I admit sometimes they are a necessity.
It's a good caution to take here. Alright,
Yeah, I'll turn it up to the appropriate amount.
I don't know if we ever named Zatkin's uncle. Zatkin, do you want to name your uncle? No?
Uncle.
Oh, you're muted.
Patrick.
Patrick. This is Patrick. Alright. He steps off the little step ladder.
Patrick.
Yeah. He steps off the little step ladder that he's been working on the sort of cranium of Desi. Hang on, let me just finish this welding up, like the head hatch. Alright. Stand back. Be ready. You see him like tap away on the beep, 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 data pad, and he slides some things, and you see like a jolt of power. You see like the lights on Desi's body kind of light up. Its eyes kind of. It doesn't move. Doesn't say anything, but it's powered on.
Can you speak? Voice mod.
No, I didn't use voice mod for Desi.
Oh, that's true.
Did you know?
No,
What have you just heard of? Oh,
I just rolled a dice to determine saying 50-50.
okay.
This unit is not operational. Return me for repairs.
I am going to turn down the restraint a little bit, see if that affects it anyway.
This unit is inoperable. Please return me for repairs. Darn it, I think it's just an automated message.
Do you know of anywhere I can take him?
I wouldn't know. I never left Chad, so it's not my specialty.
Thank you for everything you have done. Is there anything I can do in return?
It was a worthy distraction. It's kept my mind ticking and kept me busy on this journey, so thanks for giving me a project.
I'm gonna take the restrainer bolt off, pop it back in my cloak. You might wanna power them down just in case.
Yeah, you're right. Tons, Desi. You see the lights fade again.
And then I think for the rest of this day, I'll probably go into the cockpit and kind of wait for everyone to sort of fall asleep.
Okay. So Bip Bip is already having a lie down. The rest of you guys, Took has kind of found his comfort space, and is spending his time there. I would assume that Carlisle has dipped off to the medical bay, assuming it's not here right now. Zakian, is there anything you're doing in the cockpit, or anything on anywhere on the ship?
When he left the crew quarters, he just opened the grate in the floor.
Went to your hidey holes.
Scurried off.
So some time passes, and Z, you kind of like, you keep an ear out on the ship, and you hear the last sort of like sounds of laughter as Took kind of like drifts off, and his show stops, and the rest of the family kind of settle, and the ship seems to be at rest.
Okay. I'm gonna go on the comms and try and comm. It's Azure 1, right?
As your leader, Amira.
Yeah, as your leader. Well, I'll comm her ship. Is it called as the ship as your leader?
So it's the person inside the ship who has the name. It's like their code name.
Okay.
The pilot. You have as your leader, as your 1, as your 2, as your 3. That's like their codes.
Okay. Is this as your leader?
I read you loud and clear, Crate Fang. Is there a problem?
This is Z of the Great Fang. I wondered if there was any chance, perhaps before we reach Naboo, if I could have a private, in-person conversation with you.
Can it be done over the comms? It might be a little simpler. Save us the docking. No one else is listening, I'm sure.
I would rather do it in person. Upon arrival at Naboo is also adequate.
I mean, if it can wait, but if it's urgent, I wouldn't mind docking, spreading my legs, stretching my legs.
What did you just say?
He said spreading. Just gonna get on the ship and just go wah.
Spreading of legs will not be required. It would be
not here.
much appreciated. Oh yeah, God.
I said stretching my legs.
I definitely heard splitting, but
All right, whatever. It must have been a distortion on the comms. Did you want to do this now or later?
whatever time suits you best.
I mean, I haven't got much else going on here, Z. I'm just flying in a straight line right now, and I'm not even flying. It's my droid flying, really.
And now is adequate.
All right. And she begins the docking process. This is quite loud, so there's a good chance some of your crew members might hear it.
Okay. If whoever's closest by, I'll kind of like keep an eye on them, and if they do rouse, I don't know, I'll make machine noises. You know, it's just old Z clanking about.
Some of Zakin's family kind of rouse from their slumber and look your way, and they just kind of shake it off as like, why is this guy walking around being noisy?
Can you do light speed?
Sure, because they're
That's
all
what I
together
was
in light
wondering.
speed.
Okay, yeah,
I
that's
don't know.
fair.
I don't know the science.
That's fair. Fuck it. Why not?
That's
Yeah,
why I
sure.
was like, that's why I was
allowed.
like, I'm not sure whenever's okay, because I was like, can we dock in hyperspace? But
I was hoping you wouldn't bring it up, so now I have to think about it.
Sorry.
I guess probably not, right?
I mean, you know.
Because you are all together in hyperspace, like you can see each other. But I think probably docking's a little too. If she was already docked, you could enter lightspeed with her ship on the ship. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Scratch that, Crade Fang. We're gonna have to drop out of hyperspace to initiate a dock. Perhaps at the next refuel.
I was worried that that would be the case. I'll speak to you then.
All right. Do you mind telling me what this is about? Might be able to mull it over before we chat. Could be helpful.
I have something in mind, perhaps a condition for my assistance.
Right. That's a fair. That's a good discussion to have. I could anything you need me to relay back to the main rebellion.
We'll talk soon.
All right.
And I'll cut it off.
Okay, so those of you resting, Z, do you join them or?
Yeah. After that conversation, I'll kind of like, you know, go into my powered down like state in the cockpit.
To recharge. All right. So everyone can remove all strain from their sheet if they have any, and heal 1 wound.
You can't, by the way. So there you go.
I didn't think so. It makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the next few days pass without event, unless there's anything really significant anyone wants to do on board. If there's anything you guys have planned, any cheeky role plays.
It's just a bit might meditate again.
You can spend a lot of time meditating.
This time though, it's spend a little more time crystal focused.
That's fine. So you dedicate a good chunk of your time on that crystal.
Yeah, just for, you know, purposes.
I described it before as almost like this crystal is singing.
Yeah.
And whereas when it was red, it was this kind of like discordant, awful, painful almost experience. Now it is a much quieter, but harmonious and pleasant experience. And as you meditate upon it, you just feel that kind of connection growing to the crystal. But you don't have any significant changes or experiences over the course of the next day.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
Is anyone else got any plans? All right. The day passes by as you guys spend your time in the cockpit and just around the ship, making sure things are going smoothly. The Amira connects to you on the radio, Z. All right. Our ships are a little lighter load than yours. There's a refueling station up ahead. It's one that we know is safe. We need to dock here.
Sounds good. Oh, so we're gonna have to drop out of hyperspace, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Oh.
All right. You drop out of hyperspace, and you see like quite a large hovering space platform. And you do see quite a lot of traffic here, like ships coming and going, and it's almost like a gas station just in space, right? You see ships dock up, they get this big mechanical arm attached to their ship, and it gives them fuel. And the X-Wings all dock up and do that one by one. Crate Frank, did you want me to board? Confirm?
Confirmed.
Roger that. Azure 1, take command of the Azure Squadron. Keep them in check. You hear like a male voice over the comm. Roger that. You see Azure Leader request to dock to your ship. She kind of attaches like she has before. The X-Wing kind of on the side of your ship. She steps through the boarding tunnel onto the ship. familiar looking, sort of
open
tan
light.
skin, green hair.
I'll open the door to the cockpit and kind of gesture her in. And close the door behind
She
her.
like gives off a massive stretch, like, oh, you know, those ships, they're small for the long haul. It's nice to be stretching the legs.
Ready?
I've never quite understood that phrase.
What phrase?
Stretching your legs.
I mean, it's she like, it's just I suppose you wouldn't understand that. That makes sense.
Anyway, I wanted to talk to you about something that I have also not yet told my companions.
Right.
But it's something that I think the rebellion would like to be aware of, and I may require some assistance in the future.
Is there anywhere more private we could talk about this then? If it's sensitive?
Would I kind of have a grasp on where everyone is?
I mean, you would. Where is everyone? Was everyone in the cockpit on this day? I mean, Bip's probably in the crew quarters meditating at this time. Took, you said you were mostly going to be in that comfortable area, right?
Comfortable lounge, yeah, the lounge area.
Yeah. I'll just say that Kalal is either in the cockpit or in the medical bay. It's just Zatkin that you don't quite know where he is right now. Zatkin, whereabouts would you be?
Probably just chilling with his family.
All right, so this is the third day of travel, and right now, Z, I'll say that Kalal is in the cockpit, just keeping an eye on the ship, making sure the flight is going normal. As you guys quickly jump back to hyperspace with the Azure Squadron, just after Amira boards.
Okay.
So that would leave the engine room or the Desi cupboard.
I think the Desi, she won't be very comfortable with the Desi cupboard.
It
So
won't
I'll
be
take it to the
comfortable,
engine
but
room.
huh? It's nice to see what makes this this incredible ship tick. There's a huge engine. She's kind of like in awe of this large. I mean, this is a pretty big ship compared to what she's flying.
I'm also not used to ships of this size. It is very impressive.
So, she kind of just checks over her shoulder, makes sure no one's listening in. What is it you wanted to talk about?
There is another threat in the galaxy, albeit nowhere near the size or power of the Empire, but it could build, and it is building rapidly.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of the bounty hunter IG-88?
I thought I was looking at him.
Many people have made the same mistake, but I am not him. How much do you know?
What they show on the posters. Bounty hunter, efficient droid killer. I don't really know too much about him.
The bounty hunter for facade is just that, a facade, a cover-up. There is 4 IG-88 droids, now 3. I managed to dispose of 1.
Huh.
They have control of a factory planet, or a very large section of it, Mechas 3.
Right. When you say they're in control, what about the workers there?
They disposed of the workers, continued business as usual.
And nobody knows.
I believe so.
I mean, that's... So what, they just make money from the droids? That's not necessarily the worst thing.
Not exactly. They are implanting droids with a sleeper code. Upon activation, all droids will become hostile.
All droids.
They do not value all droids from the factory, they do not value biological life. They are starting a very real droid revolution.
It's the last thing we need.
There are countless, possibly thousands, hundreds of thousands of droids with this code.
Do you have any hard proof? Anything I could show the council to get their attention on this?
Do I have hard proof? I have the code in me, right?
I don't know.
I checked it at one point. Oh, my notes. Fuck.
She kind of like raised the hand to her face and seems a little uncomfortable with the information. She's thinking it over. Is this something we could use?
In what way?
If this is the threat you're saying it is, could we like tip off the Empire somehow? Shift the heat? Have them go and handle Mechas 3?
It is very possible. It would deal with one of my problems.
So, let's just assume this is true. I'm not saying I don't believe you, but I'm saying there's no proof right now. If this code is activated, what happens and how? How do they transmit it?
I'm not entirely sure, as it has not been activated yet to my knowledge, but I believe all droids will turn hostile.
They would need access to the Empire's infrastructure to transmit a signal across the entire galaxy.
I have retrieved information that they do have beacons in place in several locations.
Already in place, or planning to put them there?
That I do not know.
Do you have the locations?
I do, but I don't think I ever actually asked you for them. So I guess I'll tell her the location.
I have them here. One sec, I will tell you. So you know that there is one near Coruscant. There is one near Majito. There is one near Mandalore. There is one near Rhodia. And there is one, there's one that is a little bit in the middle of nowhere, but the closest major system would be Hoth or Bespin.
Okay. I'll obviously roll them off to her.
If they're successful, that would cover up most of the galaxy.
I believe I also have the code, and there are many droids like me.
You have the code, so this would affect you as well?
Affirmative. I'm not sure if there is a way to remove it. Not without a talented programmer.
This could be bad. You could be a danger to your friends, to the rebellion.
I am aware. This is what I was going to ask of you. If I am to assist the rebellion, would you be willing to assist me?
I mean, I can't speak for the rebellion. And I can't promise they'll agree to help without truth, especially Saul. But if they deem it a big enough threat, I'm sure they'll help, or at least, like I mentioned, perhaps use it to combat the Empire in some way.
I can find you proof, and if they agree, I have information, logs, schematics of Mechas 3.
You do?
And I'll pull out the little, like, the data drive that I've disguised in just a mess of wires.
You sure that thing works?
It's all on here.
She offers out a hand.
I'll kind of very tentatively place it in her hand.
You can trust me.
I'll take my hand away.
She hooks it on her belt. I can transmit this data to the council if they seem interested. Hopefully we'll convince them. Do you know exactly what's on here?
Let me just double check my
You
document.
have like a file, right? Yeah, you have a document.
Yeah, so there is general information on the 8/8s, their plans, schematics of Mechas 3, a lot of everything I know about them.
Hopefully that's enough to spark some sort of interest. At the very least, this could be a helpful tool to distract the Empire.
2 birds with 1 stone.
That's right. Sorry, there's a lot of dust in here.
Bless you is that the phrase they use.
That is the phrase. So Z, I hope you don't mind me asking. Why don't you help them? What makes you different from them? You're the same model of droid. You've probably experienced enough hatred from organics. Why are you different?
The real answer is I do not know, but I do not think like them. I do not agree with them. I understand that biological life may be inefficient, different, but it does not mean they should all die.
Well, I'm glad you think that.
The IGs are destructive and violent. They tried to deactivate me.
Well, I wouldn't want to make an enemy of you.
I will take that as a compliment.
See, how do you feel about this rebellion stuff? I know, of course, that the Jedi and your senator friend, they're likely to help us, but I don't know where you lie in all of this.
Ever since I left Mechas 3, I have kept far away from any sort of alliance with the Empire or the Rebellion. I've even completed bounties under the Empire. But now I have a target on my back, and I believe the Rebellion could be a useful ally in my own goals.
Well, I'm sure they won't be able to ignore this threat. And I hope we do gain you as an ally. This crew, I don't know, there's something about you all. I don't know. Back in Kashyyyk, the way that you just rushed in to fight the Empire. You're already rebels,
There.
even if you don't know it.
They are reckless and stupid and arrogant, but their hearts are in the right place.
That's what matters. Your captain, he seems like the stick in the mud here. How do we get him on side?
He did mention something to me. He wants a base of operations. He has descaled from an entire planet to a base on a moon of some sort.
Based on
I
the
think
moon.
it would be useful.
That's much more realistic. I'll keep that in mind when it comes to negotiations.
If you can provide him with that, I believe he will be sold.
Thank you, Z. This has been a...
You go.
This has been a very helpful conversation.
One last request. If that drive is to fall out of your possession, or you believe it is in danger of, I need you to destroy it.
I understand. Is anyone
Thank
going to
you.
try and take it from me?
Not if they do not have knowledge of your possession of it.
It's just any other data drive.
Agreed.
All right. She like offers you a handshake. Like takes her glove off.
I'll go to give her a handshake. Try not to crush her hand.
Tight grip. Shoves her glove back on. Is there anything else you need me on board for, or should I? Oh, well, I guess I'm stuck on board for a little while now. Actually, that's fine.
There are crew quarters if you require a rest.
Sounds nice. I lay down, and maybe some food. I don't know. I'll help myself. And she just like wanders out into the rest of the ship. If you're in the main room, you see a mirror kind of enter. She like sits down on the couch next to you and puts her feet up on the hollow table. What you watching?
Excuse me?
What you watching?
When you were on my ship, you don't walk around like you own the place.
No, I don't own the place. I'm just resting.
So he turns off the hollow TV.
All right.
I was watching. Always Sunday in Naboo.
I've never seen it.
Figures. Don't seem like the type.
Sorry?
I said you don't seem like the type to watch it.
Well, I suppose we'll never know. She kind of like slaps her hands on her thighs and her knees and like stands up. I think I'm going to sit somewhere else. Have a lovely, safe journey, Captain Took.
Just turns on the hollow TV and goes back to watching it.
She exits the room.
She's gonna have a fright if she goes into the crew quarters. Actually,
What? Just sees
bit.
No, she just goes to somewhere else. It's the cockpit. Sits down in one of those chairs. All right. Another day passes. 3 days of your journey done. 4th day. Is there anything anyone would like to do? No? All right. Well, in that case, Amira comes over one by one and tries to gather you together. The council have stated that they would be ready to make contact if you're available.
I think it's about time.
Understandably, they have been quite busy evading the Empire. But I can patch them through now. To my knowledge, Hera Syndulla is not available. It'll just be Guerrera.
Sounds like the better of the two.
Well, that is... You're entitled to that opinion. Just don't, He's quite... dedicated to his cause, I suppose. You will anger him if you keep your disposition of the rebellion so publicly known?
Well, it so happens I am dedicated to my cause too.
This is gonna be fun. All right, I'm setting up the link. She like taps on your hollow table, that kind of chessboard that you have in the middle of the room, where all those weeks and weeks, maybe months ago now, you saw that emergency broadcast of all of you.
Oh yeah,
being the notorious moss shooter escapees and rebels. And standing before you, you see the one you know to be Saul Guerrera, kind of like a short afro cut, salt and pepper coloured now. Previously was probably jet black, but now you see like specks of grey all through it, and a beard as well. Where his left eye would have been, you see kind of like a cybernetic implant across the side of his face, and he's wearing this kind of his iconic kind of like bluish grey armor, but in between his armor and his head, his throat and his neck seemingly is being completely replaced with cybernetic implants. His throat now made of metal, and almost like this like breathing apparatus built into it. And he sits in a chair in this blue glowing, glue blowing hologram.
the glue blowing.
Blow.
The blue blow. The blue glow. No glue blow.
Blue blow.
So you are the crew of the Great Fang.
That's us. Saul Guerrero, I suppose.
That is I.
I assume this call is for talking brass tacks, yeah?
As your leader speaks highly of you all. I don't see it.
You haven't seen us with your peeper.
I see you clearly now. And like I said, I'm not impressed. So how is it you'll help me? My cause.
Well, it appears to all of us that you're running out of friends.
Never had many friends.
Associates.
This is true. But the cause is strong, and this battle is far from finished. We will not stop until every Imperial banner has been burned.
It's a pretty ambitious, ain't it?
It's what they deserve.
Where have you been starting your cause anyway?
What did you say, sorry?
Where have you been doing all of this anyway? What sectors?
Well, I suppose that information is classified to members of the rebellion.
Ah!
Of which you are not.
No, you're right, we ain't.
Which brings me back to my question. How will you help me?
Kind of looks to everyone.
Well, we have very particular set of skills, and like I said, there ain't going to be many options you have. Many ships, guns, men. We're willing to help you for a price. Loyalty ain't free.
So you would be loyal to the credits, then? You would profit off the suffering that the Empire cause. You would sleep on your pile of credits, covered in the blood of the citizens of the Empire.
You can put it that way all you like. We ain't risking our necks for free.
Well, what say the rest of his crew? Do you all share that sentiment?
Me want to help you. But as a loyal member and friend of the captain, he is in charge.
You can feel his stare through the hologram as he kind of like glances past each and every one of you.
Understand that it is not merely riches we want, assets that will make us stronger, perhaps more powerful.
As your leaders
allies.
talk to me, I'm well aware of what it is you want. Unfortunately, you are right. I cannot afford to pick and choose in this current time. We are desperate.
I thought I was talking to Saul Guerrera. The one described to me as unorthodox. And you're taking the moral high ground with us. You have to
Speak
appreciate.
clearly.
What was that?
Speak clearly. What are you suggesting?
We've heard that your practices are unorthodox. So what puts you above people like us, people that merely wish to help for a price?
My cause. If you can't see it, then perhaps you're not the right crew.
I take it you have seen suffering.
Countless. I have seen the Empire's space station firsthand. I know you have too. I survived it. I crawled from the rubbles of a civilization they chose to wipe like the shit from their boots. I refused to die there. And with my seemingly last breath, I swore I would kill the Emperor. And I would burn every banner. If the Empire are so willing to snuff out the life of thousands with the press of a button, then my unorthodox methods are more than warranted. The rebellion could not see that before. But now they understand. This is the only way we win. The Empire are not fighting by some rule book. They do what they want, when they want. So we shall as well.
And what do you say to your other half, shall we say? Those who do not share your approach, but share your goals, your ideals.
They'll see in time. They'll see the results. If Miss Syndulla wants to gallivant around the galaxy searching for Jedi, she can feel free to. I'll fight the war while she's gone.
And who will you fight it with?
The rebellion will be loyal to me.
To you? Or your cause?
I lead the cause.
What is your end goal?
I'm not speaking in riddles. He leans forward in his chair, almost coming out of the hologram into the room with you. I will kill the Emperor. I will destroy every starship, every station, and burn every banner.
Have you ever been to the Imperial Center?
I haven't had the pleasure.
Well, I have. Level 3204. I was there when the riots took place, after my homeworld was destroyed. I saw the destruction that the Empire does firsthand. The shootings in the streets, the massacre of peaceful protesters, without significant allies. You won't get the chance. We don't all share the same desire for credits. But I can assure you, each and every one of us are not friends of the Empire.
I know that this will not happen overnight. We need to rebuild our strengths. The enemy of my enemy is my ally. That's why I trusted as your leader's judgment in seeking you out.
Might I suggest a course that could be taken? One that you may have already considered.
Speak.
The Empire are quickly making enemies. I think we all know that however you see your cause, if the rebellion falls, then the Empire will continue to exploit the Outer Rim. There's an option for powerful allies. Unorthodox. That is, as my captain says, your specialty. If you could gain the support of the powerful factions, perhaps this could still stand a chance. Mandalore, the Hutts, all of them. One final push.
There are, of course, intense diplomatic reasons that these factions did not side with the cause already, but you seem silver-tongued. Perhaps
Was
that is
also-
our use for you.
I would do such a job. Those factions had their diplomatic reasons before the Empire created a space station that could eviscerate entire worlds.
It is possible that we could gain some powerful allies for the cause. But first, we need a safe place for what remains. I'm sure that, as your leader has told you of our current situation.
Yeah, we heard. Doesn't sound all that pretty.
Both I and Syndulla have agreed that the backup base on Hoth remains a safe location. We just need to not be followed there. It's in fact the one thing we've agreed on this entire time.
You are certain on this?
We have many fulcrum agents still in play, feeding us intel, and none of it suggests that the Empire are aware. It's a long journey. The plan is still in the works. We just need to know what pieces we have to play with. Can we count on your ship? Of course, we can offer a payment.
I'll only accept a job when I know what we're doing and what the price is. Your Azure leader told us that there was something about creating a distraction, getting this fleet off your tails. Well, that ain't no easy feat.
I'm aware.
Means for a big payout.
We still have a decent amount of funds to play with. An arrangement can be made. But we will need to hire many ships, I'm sure. You're currently heading to Naboo, is that correct?
It is.
I'll be in contact again soon with further information. If you have any
I figure.
questions, direct them to Azure Leader.
Noted.
He sits down, leans back in his chair. Think about what kind of galaxy you want to live in.
What I'm alive in. That's what.
Disappears. Well, that went much better than I was expecting.
Seems lovely.
I mean, he's dedicated. He knows how to fight.
Yes. Perhaps a little too dedicated.
He's certainly the stronger combatant of the two.
I would have said the opposite.
Do you know
He
much
was-
about them?
No, just less dedicated. I thought he'd be more dedicated. He didn't seem willing.
What do you mean? Sorry, I'm not sure I follow.
He's looking in all the wrong places, just like Kalal was saying.
Well, you've raised the point of the Outer Rim territories to him and the potential help from cartels. Traditionally, they have not been willing, but who knows? Perhaps that will change now that, like you mentioned.
It's still not an ideal situation.
No.
I can imagine that if this even did succeed, the fallout of such an alliance would spell disaster, especially in the core worlds. Imagine the Hutts trying to take control of numerous economic
Yes.
prowling systems.
I'm sure that a very coherent agreement would need to be made. Well, I'm gonna go rest on my ship. She turns around and exits. Leaving the five of you standing there.
Oh, the more time passes on this one, the less and less sure I am.
Maybe we should need to speak with, as Carlisle said, the other half, and see
think
what they
that would
have
be-
to say.
The right decision. See what both sides are.
We should think for this to work, we should need to get them to come to an agreement before we agree to do work.
And that's not our job, to pull fragmented parts together.
But if we should need the rebellion to succeed, for us to do as we wish, then maybe it is our job.
If we have to journey around a galaxy uniting numerous factions that do not want to work together, we might have to do that for quite a number of episodes. It could become an entire arc.
Scrap that! We ain't doing that!
Alright, well.
Not again. It's so
God, I made it. Now I have to live in it.
You suggested
So
that as well.
stressful.
You suggested that.
I know. I thought about it earlier. I was like, I probably shouldn't do that in case it actually.
Well, on that thought, as you guys discuss some potential of the journey to come, as the ship chugs along in hyperspace, just a day's travel away from the surface of the orbit of Naboo, and a potential safe haven for Zakin's family after weeks of perilous journeys. That's where we'll end tonight's episode.
Woo!
Thank
That's
you very
good.
much for playing as always, guys.
What's
Fun.
XP?
Fun.
Do we do XP?
XP?
Yes, I think 5 all around for everyone tonight.
Yeah, makes sense.
If anyone feels like they deserve a bonus, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Could I get a bonus for basically out in my big part of my backstory?
Yeah, you have a 5 more.
Yeah.
That was a big lore drop for
That was.
Mr. Z. And who knows? Got some cogs ticking in the background.
And he told the rebels first. What?
Yeah, the group don't even know. Damn.
But yeah, now Z has to get involved with the rebels. They know your deepest secret.
But that's why, I'm glad that I have found a reason for him to do it now. And through, helping the rebels, is essentially building an army for his own sort of cause.
Yeah, I like it.
Well, thank you so much for playing as always, guys. It's been an absolute blast. Thank you everyone in the chat for hanging out. Yeah, Woody, thank you so much, man. It was a big roleplay sesh again, but I love them. I'm addicted to the RP, to be honest. It's just fun to play in the Star Wars sandbox.
It's very fun.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight, guys. That is going to be all from us, however. If you haven't already, please consider dropping a follow here and on Twitter. It would be insanely valuable to my serotonin levels. It would make me big happy. Go ahead and join the Discord if you want to see all the lovely art up close and have contact with us. Other than that, we will see you all next Monday. Stay safe out there, and may the Force be with you. Bye-bye.